Hey everyone, it's Rita and Teddy Bear and Benji here from Miss Rita to the rescue, and we're here for tonight's Cricut date night. So grab your adult beverage of choice. Hello, Lori Jo. Hi, Becky and Sue. And join me tonight. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you. So grab your adult beverage of choice or whatever. I'm drinking, what am I drinking tonight? Peach iced tea. Because for me, the summer hasn't ended. And we are going to have a really fun night. And we are going to be making paper pumpkins. And they're huge. Well, you know, at first I started calling them huge, and then I'm thinking pumpkins are this size, so I don't know that I would call them huge. But this one here is oh, you're working on your new craft room. Oh, nice. Welcome everyone. So these are paper pumpkins. I can't even get this one in the shot. I have to zoom out a little bit so you can see it. Right, so here, hi Susan. Hi, Shelly. Hey, Janice. How are you? So this is a paper pumpkin. It's empty inside. And I don't think, because it's made with paper, I don't think you can really use it for, I don't know. Maybe you could put fake flowers in there, but it's still made out of paper. I don't think you could put it outside, but it does make a very stunning addition to your table, or maybe for the front entrance of your home. This one I did in off-white. I did one also in pumpkin colored earlier today, but I don't actually like the way it came out, because I thought, first I started thinking, ooh, I'll put glitter on it. And I liked that, but then I was like, oh, how am I going to do the glitter? So I used glitter cardstock here. The only thing about the glitter cardstock is it's very thick, and it didn't allow me to make my pumpkin sort of more pumpkin-y. So I probably wouldn't suggest doing that with this, but it is something that lends itself very well to. Hi, Diane. Hi, Emmy. Thank you for sharing. It's hard to illuminate the inside. We've got some things that are great coming up, that are going to be great for illumination. This one, not so much one of them, but wouldn't it look nice with like a lantern or two side by side or something? And this year I decided, I've been doing these for a couple of years now, and this year I decided to jump away from the pumpkin color and try pink. Have you ever heard of that? That's the wonderful thing about working with paper. You can choose whatever you want. I also, hi Teresa. You can also do something like this jade, or I don't know what color, aqua color. So we're going to be putting that together tonight. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time chit-chatting, but I want to say hello to everyone and welcome. Thank you for coming. Later on this evening, we're going to be doing some giveaways too. This month, September, we're getting a late start on them, so I have quite a few to do this month. We are doing tools as requested last month. We're doing personal trimmers, okay, it's going to be a choice of either the extra large scraper or the scoring stylus. And the reason I say that is because I don't know, one of them might go out of stock. So we're doing the personal trimmer that I've shown you many times here, and that's the one that has a little cutting thing that's just so much fun and really good for all things Cricut, but especially with the joy. Now, I should mention that this project, although technically could be cut on the joy. It would take some finagling in making the file fit. Okay, so technically it could cut, but really it's such a big project that it's best if you do this from the Explore or the Maker. Excuse me. Just because there's a lot to cut out, and if you broke it up into smaller joy-sized pieces, it would take you a very long time to cut. Let me just show you where we got this file. Now, this is not a brand new, I'm sorry, not a free file like we usually do with Cricut Design Space. We do a lot of access projects because most of our watchers are already subscribers, and it makes it really easy when showing a project that's free. This is a project you would have to purchase, and you buy it at svgcuts.com. This woman that her name is Mary, and she designs the most exquisite SVGs, and this one here is actually part of a grouping. I love this grouping. I've actually done every single thing in this group, but to buy this, it's $10, okay, for the whole thing. So if you just want to buy the pumpkin, you can do that, and it's $5, okay? So there is the pumpkin, but it also has this really interesting bag and a really pretty sunflower wreath that I've made several of those, and an awesome box card. So you have to go to her site. It's called Harvest Sunset, or just search for pumpkin if you want to just buy the pumpkin. I've done this. We'll probably do this again to this diorama box card. It's so exquisite. So that's where you get it. Now, once you buy an SVG, you have to upload it into Design Space. That's the other thing. Is we have to, and by the way, I'm using new lighting today, so you're going to see a glare, and I apologize for that, but I'm still trying to learn all the tricks of the trade, so I'm going to try to keep away from that glare. But once you purchase it, you have to download it to whatever you're working on, whether it's an iPad or a desktop or a laptop, okay? And then you have to bring in each individual piece of this project. It's a big project, okay? So just so you can see, there's a piece for the leaves, there's a piece for the stem, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces that cut on 12 by 12-inch cardstock, and that's a lot of cutting. It does take quite a while to cut it out, but believe me, it's so worth it. It is so worth it. But you kind of have to, think, okay, what color am I going to do this in? And you might have to go out and buy 7 sheets of the pumpkin color. I've done it in different colors, and that's why I wanted to show you a little. If you don't have pumpkin, but you have lots of pink or cream, black, even if you're into Halloween, you could certainly do that, okay? So you have to download it, and you have to attach all of the cut lines to the pieces. I'm not going to cut this out because it takes a long time, and I really think that you know how to do that. But if you have questions about it, feel free to ask. But the assembly is really a little perplexing, which is why I want to go over that part of the projects tonight. So what you get in all of these pieces, like this here, is you get 8 sections of a pumpkin, and this is one section. this is the actual main piece of the pumpkin. Here is that section that's right here, the outside piece, and then it has these two side pieces that have a lot of these like little teeth on them here. And then it also has this piece that goes on the bottom, okay? And you have to, you know, fold at all of those little dashed cut lines so that you can create this 3D effect, okay? So what you would start with, I'm gonna start, and then there's the top, and there's also the stem. So we're going to, start with the actual body first, and I'm going to show you how to put together one of the 8 sections, and then I have put together the 8 sections here. This is what we're going to be making, these little like boats that are sections, and then we take and we make each section connected to the other, and that's what creates our pumpkin. And then we'll go on to the cover, which this is the cover. Really cute, and the stem, and I'll show you how to put the stem in, put together the cover and do the stem, and that is the top to it. It really, once you can kind of conceptualize it, is a best way to like kind of go about it. The first time I went to do this, I was like, what? And then I realized it's really, if you break it down into these small chunks, which is the stem, the cover, and then the actual body of the pumpkin. And then you do have some leaves here, but you can just cut them and put them aside. It's the last thing you do. So let's talk about the main piece of the pumpkin. As I said, there are 8 sections, all right? And it starts with, this is the main piece right here. And we're going to take this small tab, which has got 3 folds here, and we're going to use the smaller of the folds, and we're going to glue it to the bottom, the wider section of the bottom. Okay. We're going to glue it to the bottom section of the well, I guess I'm going to call this like the rib of the pumpkin, okay? So here we're doing the glue. Now, if you're new to us and you don't know, I do use this glue. It's called Art Glitter Glue. You do not need it, but it is a great glue. So you can buy it. I can list my affiliate link where you can buy it from Create for Less, but it's also available in Etsy and Amazon and a number of other places. It's just a really good glue for working with paper, and if you haven't worked with paper before, you might want to look into getting it. You can't find it at the local stores, okay? So once you go through, remember there's 8 of these, so you're going to do a lot of duplicate things. So you're going to go and each one of these ribs, you're going to take, you're folding it. See how it's shaped sort of at an angle? This is the smaller of the 2. And this is where this smaller piece is where we're going to be gluing. I just spilled some glue. Sorry, my dog's barking a little bit. I don't want him to be distracting. Okay, so you put a little bit of glue on the smaller of the 2 tabs, and we're going to hold it here and create, this is basically the bottom part that's going to create the bottom and give it that roundness, okay? So we're going to do that for 8 pieces. Then, I don't have to show you each piece. I'm going to show you them when they're done. Then we've got these 2 side pieces. One of them has 2 rows of these little teeth here, okay? And one of them has just 1. That becomes important when we start to build the pumpkin, because we're going to connect each piece at this extra part. But the first thing that we have to do is connect these 2 pieces to our middle piece right here, okay? And this is how it goes. So this one, the one with the 1 row of teeth, is going to go on the left-hand side, and it's going to glue right here at this tab. okay? I'm going to do this for you a couple times so you can see, all right? So we're going to do this at this tab. Hold it for just a second so it stays. Now, what I like to do is I like to do everything in steps. So I do all 8, you know, I do all the bottom tabs, and then I do come back and do this one, and then I take the one with the 2 rows and I put it here, and you're creating kind of like a little, I don't know, an octopus looking thing. That's okay. And I will do this for all 8 sections, and then I move on to the next step. If you don't work like that, that's okay. You can do each section at a time. That's fine too. Hi, Dorothy. So it's up to you how you want to do it. So this is what we're doing. We're attaching the double-sided with the one with the double-sided teeth to the right, and the one with the single-sided teeth to the left. And this is our main piece with this bottom part here, okay? So let me show you that again. So there is our main piece with that little bottom that we glued on. We take this one here with the teeth facing like this, and we're going to put it on this tab right here, okay? It doesn't matter if the teeth are outside just yet, so we'll come back and do that, okay? And then we take this one that has the double teeth. I have a lot of them here. So we're going to have the double teeth, and we're going to put it on the right side. And you see that's where there is now there can be confusing. So you just have to make sure that you're matching up the tabs with the empty spaces. There'll never be a time where there's 2 tabs at one spot, okay? So let's put a little bit of glue on that tab and put it here. And we're putting it, just so you can see, this is where that dashed cut line is, okay? So that we want it to be flexible and moving like this. And so this is what we're creating. We're creating these sort of 3-piece sections. And we're going to do that 8 times. Now, I'm just going to move this out of the way. I've already done this with the green. Here are the ones that we're going to do. Now we're going to take these 2 side pieces, and we are going to glue all of these teeth to the side here. And you'll notice it does curve, and that's where you have to be really judicious about, you know, working with the paper so that it creates the curve, okay? So let's start with the left side. So there's our 3-piece, you know, it's actually 4 because of this here. So we're going to put some glue, and if you have to sort of manipulate it a little bit, that's fine, but we're going to put some glue on each one of these little teeth or tabs, whatever you want to call them. Not a whole lot of glue now. And if you're new to us, you'll know that I tell you, you know, you need to be very judicious about where you use your glue. It's necessary, but you don't want a lot of it. And you can always put more on if you need to, but it's hard to take off. And it also gets all over your fingers. So here we go. I put glue. I'm going to get as close as possible so you can see. So I put the glue on those teeth, and I'm just going to start working and aligning that seam. Okay, I'm aligning that seam, and what ends up happening is this piece kind of curves a little bit, okay? And that's okay. So we're curving it, and you can come back and sort of just make sure it's getting there. And you get better with this, so if you're doing it for the first time, it might feel awkward, and that's okay. By the time you finish up your pumpkin or your second pumpkin, because I have actually made, I don't know, at least a dozen of these pumpkins. you get pretty good at it. So that's what we're doing. So see how we're making a section of the pumpkin, right? Now we've got that section, so we're going to do the right-hand side, and we're going to do these teeth right here, okay? And you can, it depends on how you want to hold it, but just for demonstration, I'm holding it outside of there, but you might want to hold it on the inside. That's up to you, whatever feels most comfortable. And I'm just putting little dots of glue along that side. Don't put any glue on this side, okay? Don't do that yet. So, let me just move these to the inside. And again, I'm just going to line up those tabs or teeth or whatever you want to call them along this seam. See? And you might have to hold it for a little bit more than, a second. I'm holding it for just a few seconds. And there's probably still going to be a little bit of wiggle room until the glue dries. But that's why you want less glue than you do want more, because then your project will glue and dry better. Okay? So there is the section that we're making. Now this side here with the teeth, you can actually push up like this. All right. Now as I'm making them, I actually pile them into the sections here like this. It just kind of, for me, it feels like it keeps their shape better. So as I continue to do these, and here is our 8th section, right? I'm going to do this last section. Again, so we're using the glue, we're putting it on these little teeth here, not too much, dotting it all along these tabs. If you find it easier to just do half of them with the glue, that's also okay too, all right? So, then we're gonna put it in the back, and we're going to make sure that those tabs or those teeth are lined up along the edge as close as you can get it. And it's okay that it curves, okay? It's okay. So we continue working on this. And again, we're going to do this 8 times to create 8 sections for the pumpkin, because it really is truly a 3D project, okay? And while I'm putting this together, let me ask, if you're new here and you want to identify yourself, only if you do want to, but if you're new here, could you say that you're new and where you're from? Might be a prize in it for you. And then it will allow the rest of our regulars to say hello too. You'll find this is an extremely welcoming site or group of people. They're very helpful. And if you aren't already in one of my groups, feel free to request to be in them. I do have quite a few groups. If you go to the Facebook page on Miss Rita to the Rescue, you can see them all. But the newest ones are the one that's just for joy. And then there's also one for, it's just called the Miss Rita to the Rescue Community Group, and I spend the most time in there. I do also have a couple of really large groups that I have administration that handles that, a very large group of really wonderful people that help with keeping that group going. But the other group is smaller, and I do spend a lot of time there and look at everybody's creation. So definitely ask to be in there, and also just so that you can kind of feel welcome. If you feel comfortable, tell us that you're new and where you're from. because we do giveaways. Let me tell you a little bit about the giveaways. Every month, I have a certain amount of money that's allotted to me, and I usually ask people what they would like to win, and sometimes it's like iron-on, sometimes it's vinyl, sometimes it's infusible ink. Last month it was the brand new weeding, True Control weeding kit. And so I usually give out small prizes. I don't give out the big machines because I like to give out a lot of prizes, and I usually do them on the lives and usually on date night. So sometimes we just pick some new people. Sometimes we pick them based on their birthday, or if they answer a question right. It's never too difficult. So that's why it's important to say where you're from. Hi, Shirley from San Antonio. And Whiskover. Oh, wait, that's a name. Joy Burden Smith and Irene Nutting Whiskover. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. So welcome. Hey, everyone. So you'll get to meet some of our friends, Babs and Susan, Lori Jo, and Dorothy, and Emmy, Roslyn. There's so many that come on a regular basis. And during the week, we also have a program that we then will repeat on YouTube. So you might have seen that live, or you might have seen it on YouTube, but we always replay them there on YouTube. Okay, so now we have our 8 sections done. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to attach the sections to each other. Okay, so we're going to use that extra. Remember that extra layer of teeth, and we're going to use the side that doesn't have the tabs, and we're going to glue, just like we've been gluing, we're going to glue this section to the other section, and that's going to create that sort of indentation. Let me show you what I mean. So we're going to put a little bit of glue, and yes, this is a very high glue project. If you've not worked with paper before, this might just be inspiration for you tonight. I wouldn't probably recommend you jumping right into this. Maybe instead work with paper in a smaller way. But this is a nice challenging thing to think about, or for inspiration. Okay, so I've put glue on that last row of teeth, and I am going to, and it's real important that you're going to line this up. See right here, it's going to create at the bottom a hexagon, okay? So hold it there for a second and then start working your way up. Now you can do it this way, or you can turn it this way if you want. I don't know if I'm in camera. Let me just make sure. You could turn it this way and work this way. The most important part is that you are keeping that seam really tight right here. So whichever way works for you. For me, I like to work it this way, but you might find it easier to work it the other way, or maybe some other way I'm not thinking of, okay? So keep that seam sort of tight. You can actually even pinch it if you need to, just to kind of know where that seam is meeting. See that? Now this arguably is the hardest part of this project, is putting the whole pumpkin together, which is why I kind of want to get it out of the way to show you. And then we'll work on the other part, which is, I just have to hold it closer to me to see it. The other part, which is the top So once I get a couple of these together, we'll take a little break and we will do the top, and then we'll finish putting the whole pumpkin together, if that's okay with you all. Right? And don't get frustrated with yourself. This is an advanced project, okay? So if you've never done an advanced project, don't get frustrated with yourself. And in this group, if you're new, you're going to learn that we don't pick on our creations. We don't point out, except maybe to each other, to get help, like something that you might have done wrong or something. We don't point out our flaws, and we feel good about our, you know, where we are in our process. Because some people are very, very new to paper crafting or to crafting with a Cricut, and so I generally reserve these more advanced projects for Saturday night, just because in some cases you might say, yeah, that's totally not for me. It's way too much work, Rita, you know, and I'd rather just do a vinyl project. But know that you can do stuff like this. So here are two, and I got a little extra glue here, but here are two of the sections together, all right? I'm gonna do one more section, and then we'll stop and do the top, and then we'll come back to this, okay? So again, it's the same thing. So there's 8 of them, so you need to create at the seam 8 sections together. And for those that were asking, is this in Design Space? No, it is not. Generally speaking, I like to only do projects that are in Design Space or that are free downloads from another place. But again, this is one of those exceptions to the rule where we're doing one that is a paid file. If you can't afford it, that's fine. You don't have to buy it. It's not a prerequisite, but just, you know, just so you can understand that these types of things are out there. We have done, in the past, we've done things like lighthouses, lighthouse keepers, lighthouse keepers' homes. What else have we done? We've done gazebos. We've done lanterns. We do a lot of cards, so if you like cards, we do that. And we also worked on vinyl, in iron-on, infusible ink. We also just started a program or a segment. It's called Mystery Material. Oh, the hot air balloon. Yep, we did the hot air balloon. That was fun. We have a Mystery Material Monday. So on Mondays on Cricut Chat, which is at 9 o'clock Eastern Time here on Miss Rita to the Rescue, I will be introducing one of many mystery materials. These are things that Cricut has launched, and things such as holographic vinyl, leather, faux leather, wood, felt. What else is there? All kinds of different materials that you might have got by accident or in a mystery box, and you think, what am I supposed to do with this? So our Mystery Materials Monday is going to tackle, each Monday is going to tackle one of these materials. And this coming Monday, we are making birthday cake toppers, and the material that we're going to be using is craft board. Okay. Oh yes, we did the reverse canvas. Yep, and we do also try to to use those products that come in the mystery boxes, since so many people do like to get the mystery boxes, and sometimes you get some really weird stuff. Like this week, we did something with we actually did 2 projects with window cling. Some people have gotten that. We've done projects with party foil. So if you have some rolls of things hanging around and you're not really sure how to use them, this segment, which will be on Mondays, Mystery Material Mondays, is going to be a good one for you to tune into. And it might open your eyes about working with whatever material. And I'm just chit-chatting, and I'm, blah, 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 chit-chatting. So, let's see. Emmy, would you do me a favor, and could you round up the names of everybody that introduced themselves as new? And what we're going to do is we're going to pick a few people that introduce themselves as new to be winners for the the personal trimmers and the scoring stylus, or it's going to be, I'm hoping the scoring stylus stays in stock. So if you would help me be my eyes for this, I would really appreciate it. Because I am still working on this. I'm actually putting together half the pumpkin before we get to the top. Okay. Let me just get this together, and then maybe you can help me, Emmy, or maybe Laurie Jo, or both of you can help me with determining. I feel like last time I didn't leave, I didn't see all the comments from all the new folks, and so I think somebody was upset that they weren't given a prize. But you know what? If you hang around here long enough, you'll receive a prize, because we're a small group, and I do give out, it's usually between 10 and 20 prizes a month. So in this particular case, it's going to be for 20, I think almost 20, 18, I think that's what it was, 18. Nancy is asking if hot glue would work. It might. I just don't like hot glue because I am super clumsy and I always burn myself with hot glue. Now, perhaps they're going to make some amazing hot glue gun that I just don't know about yet, but I have not found a hot glue. Now, I will use a hot glue when I'm making paper flowers because I really feel like you need that. You need it for that, but I think you can get away with using the liquid glue, and it's also a little more forgiving than hot glue is. All right, so there's half of my pumpkin. That's the interior, and there is the exterior. Hi, Molly. That's nice that you give out prize packs. I didn't know that. I just heard to check out this group because, yep, we do live videos. I am a fearless live video person. You're also a newbie. Okay, where are you from, Molly? Yeah, I'm fearless about doing live videos, and you'll know, I mean, I am not perfect, and I will make mistakes, and some things just go horribly wrong. And that's okay, because what I'm trying to do is to make you fearless too, and also to make you feel like you can do it and learn from my mistakes. because I was a newbie at one point in time, not too very long ago, and I had to learn all this stuff on my own because there wasn't someone doing these kinds of videos at the time that I was learning, which was about 8 years ago. So yep, I love the live videos because then I also get to chat with people and sort of find out where they're from and stuff. Oh, from Ontario. Wonderful. I think, hi, April. All right, so I'm going back and looking. Let's see. Kelly Klein with the C. She's new. And let's see. Cake toppers, yeah. Yeah, makers are pretty amazing, but so are the explorers. So don't feel like if you have an explorer, and I've had this conversation before, if you have a Cricut machine, it doesn't matter which Cricut machine you have, you're in luck because not only do I do projects for all the machines, but they all have their gifts, and I try to utilize them all by showing you how to do projects on all of them, and I try to give you, like a lot of people bought the Joy, and so they're really, really new this year, so that's okay. That is okay. Okay, so we're going to come back to this, and I'm going to show you how to put together. This is the stem. This is a little difficult. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then this is the top, which is actually 8 sections that are all glued together. So let's start with the top. But before we do that, so we're going to give a prize to Molly Mop. And where is the other one? That Klein with the C. Klein with the C. Oh, where am I seeing Klein with the C? So Klein with the C, I'd forget your first name, but Kelly. Okay, there's Kelly. So Kelly and Molly, and oh darn it. Okay, hi Lori. Hi Lori. So we're going to be giving prizes to Molly and Kelly, and let's see. Let's pick another one. Emmy, could you pick another one for me? Are you still on, Emmy? That might have identified themselves as new. Okay, so let's work on while we're doing that. Okay, you have Monique Cross, Sandy Jessie Coggins, Manila Green, and Emily Campbell Robinson. Okay, so we've got... Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I already picked Molly and Kelly with Klein C. So let's choose out of those 2 more. I'm going to choose, this is a tough decision, Manila Green and Monique Cross. Okay, so Monique Cross, Manila Green, Kelly with the C, Klein, and Molly, you are winners. Here's what you have to do. You have to send me an email. My email address is missrita2therescue@gmail.com. And you have to send me your name that you're used to getting like packages at, okay? And your full mailing address, including a zip code. And if you're in Canada, that's okay. Just put your postal code there. And send me an email. You can write a little note. I love little notes. And then what we'll do is I'll catalog you. Now, I don't usually I don't usually have Cricut send out the prizes until the end of the month. So it does take a little while to get them. So just send me the email, and I usually write back saying, okay, I got it. And then it takes a few weeks, but you will get a prize. Okay, and congratulations. And if you didn't win a prize, that's okay too. stick with me. There are lots of prizes, okay? All right, so let's put together this part of the pumpkin. This is the top. I'm going to do it in the pink, but it's exactly the same no matter what color you do it. And it is 8 sections. See that? It's 8 sections that are then glued all together. And there has a hole in the middle. That's where the stem is going to go. Okay, so to put together each of the sections, you have 3 pieces. You have this sort of longish piece with a lot of folds right here. Another one that's sort of like about half the size. And then this triangular piece. So let's start with the triangular piece, and we're going to take this longer, and we're folding it all of the fold marks, including here. And we are going to glue the left side of the triangle and the top to this tab. You'll see it's like there's this tab and then 2 smaller ones. So we're going to glue it just like this. All right? Let's get the glue. And again, this is 8 sections, so you're going to do this 8 times. So we're going to glue that triangle to the bigger one of the 2. All right, then we take the smaller one, and the smaller one has these 2 on this side and 2 on that side. This one on this side that has the smaller tab is the side we're using. It's going to go to the right side of the triangle here. And then it's going to attach to the top right there, okay? So put a little bit of glue on these 2 tabs. And those 2 tabs go on the right side. You see that? And you'll notice that it's got a curve to it, and that is okay. That's what we want because, you know, a pumpkin's not flat. So here is the first of 8 sections that we're going to put together. Okay? I'm not going to show you the whole thing just simply because I don't want to take too much time, and I want to show you kind of the completed pumpkin. So we're going to do, I'll show you this again, okay? So take the triangular piece on the left-hand side and take the longer of these 2, glue these 3 tabs here. So let's put some glue here. All right. And again, you're going to do this 8 times. I'm going to show you how to put them together once we have a couple together. Then we take the third one, the one with the smaller of the 2 tabs, goes down here on the right side of this triangle. Like this. And then we come and put a little bit of glue here, and it creates like kind of, I would say it's like kind of like a teardrop shape. And you will have these 3 side tabs. When you have all of these 8 pieces together, and these tabs sort of go up, okay? But when you have all 8 of your sections together, then you're going to take each of those sections and glue them to the other. That's where these tabs come in. So these tabs come to this side, which has no tabs, and they go in like this. Now do note that it's curved, okay? And that's what we want. It's not going to be flat. You're going to need more paper. Oh, I think that's one of my favorite sayings. I'm going to need more paper. I love paper. I've loved paper since I was a kid. So, okay, so here you see it's starting to make this ring. And that's all this is it's each section that's then glued. I'll show you one more time real quick. So there's 3 pieces. This longer piece that has these extra, it's like kind of a long shape. I don't know what kind of shape it is. And then we take the triangle piece. We're going to glue it right here at these little tabs. Okay, like this. I can never have enough paper either. And then we take the smaller of that piece and we're going to glue it here. You can either do this one first or you can do these side pieces first. Up to you, whatever you want to do. Get creative. Keep those shoulders down. One of the things when I first started working with paper, like with the Cricut, I was always like hunched up, and I realized, oh, I can't do that. I need to relax. This is supposed to be fun. And when it stops being fun, take a break. That's what I always say. Take a break, take a sip of your beverage of choice, and just kind of remind yourself that this is supposed to be fun. And if it's too stressful, then you need to just take a break and get back to it. Sometimes I've actually had projects where I've done them and I get sort of halfway through and I just lose the passion for them, so I shelve them and come back to them at a later time and do something totally different. And if you are a regular watcher, so there you go. So you see it's starting to create that ring. Okay, I'm not going to show you the whole thing just because we're going to run out of time. So there's what you're going to end up with, is this whole ring with the hole in the middle. Now, what's the hole for? The hole is for this stem. This stem is a little frustrating, I'll tell you. It takes some effort, and you will get glue. Even the most, experienced people with glue will get glue. And I've actually considered once or twice, maybe what I would do is I would use like a little bit of glitter or something on there to cover the glue or something. But anyway, so the stem consists of 8 pieces. Now these pieces are numbered because they're not the same. So let me show you where the numbers are. I'm just going to put them in order. So this is 2, this is 1. So here's 1, 2, that's 4. Where's 3? That's 5. Here is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Notice that they're all, wait, you can't see them. Okay, all right, here we go. All right. Notice that they're all slightly different and that there is a huge curve in these, okay? So what you need to do is each one of them, and see, there's the number. So you start with 1, you work your way to 8. Now the bottom tabs, you put the tab up like this. And you do need to fold that tab when you're putting this together. Just, it helps with placement, okay? So then you're going to fold all of these tabs all the way to the little end. And then at the very end, you'll see that there's a little tiny triangle. So you fold that down. Now here's our second piece. Now, this is going to frustrate you, especially the first time you do it. I can't tell you the number of times I tried this, and I'm like, can't do this. I think I even substituted a different one time. All right, so we're going to take this first one, number 1, and number 2, and we are going to glue it. Now, look, it doesn't glue like this, straight. It actually glues right here. It almost crosses over. You see that? Like this. So just start, instead of putting glue on all of these, just start with the first tab. Okay, and it crosses over, that's okay. That's what's going to create this rounded look. Okay, and then once you get that first part in. Then we're going to slowly make our way up to each of those tabs. I've put a little bit of glue there. And you notice it's not flat, but it's not like completely folded either. So it's not fully flat. All right, work your way. I put too much glue. Shame on me. Put too much glue, but that's okay. Just use a little bit. If you have to go back and put more, that's fine. And you see that it's not straight. It's got a curve to it. Take some of this glue off. All right. And then we start with piece number 3. Piece number 3. Fold all these little pieces. Okay. Look at this one. It goes around. That's okay. Take a deep breath. It's only a paper craft. And then we're going to see this part here is where we're going to get it set up. You see how it's making a turn here? This is how they're going to look in the end. They're not going to, the bottom tabs are not, they're going to create that like 8-piece star type of thing, okay? Okay, so here, and you're going to continue to work this stem. All 8 pieces. It will take a while. I'm not going to lie. This is the hardest part of the whole project, in my opinion. And, you know, you might want to wait and do it last or do it first. I don't know. It depends on what you want to do. But this is how you would do it. You continue to work it, and we would do all 8 pieces. And then there's this little dot that once you have all 8 pieces together, where those little points are, you fold them in and you put the dot on there. Okay? Now, once you get to the place where you have all your 8 pieces, it will be curved, and then you have to connect section 1 to section 8, and that's where there can be some frustration. So be very, very gentle with yourself. And I actually have used like a pencil in there so that I can make sure that those tabs are making a connection. Okay. So again, this is the hardest part. And so don't be hard on yourself. It is hard. Okay. Now to put the stem on the cover, we're just going to pop it in here under here like this. Okay, we're going to put some glue. Yeah, you know, I mean, the first time I did it, I got up at least 3 or 4 times. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And I really did use some other stem on the first one because I just could not do it, and that's okay. There, she has another kind of, it's called I forget what it's called, a geometric pumpkin. It's really interesting. We can do those if you want to do them too, but they actually do not take a long time. But you see what I'm doing here? Okay, I put the glue on the inside of that tab. I pushed it up through the bottom. Oh yes, I've gotten very frustrated, April, in the past. I might sound really, really like sane, but oh, there have been some projects that just drive me nuts. Are you going to try to make it, Daryl? Who all else is going to try to make it? I know Laura Jo has downloaded it, so I don't know who all else has downloaded it. So there is the top. Oh, deep breath. It's done. And it's got kind of a saucery sort of look to it. Just let me give you sort of, oh, good, Shirley. You like the challenging, Maria. Okay, so we're going to put this aside and we're going to continue working on this pumpkin. I want to do it all so you can see how it goes. This might be something that you might want to consider. You might want to consider doing 2 at a time. I've done it this way as well. So where I put 2 at a time and then I connect the 2 to make 4. And then connect each side, the 4 and 4. It's just sort of what you feel comfortable with, okay? So again, this is the section. There's 8 of these sections. They're exactly the same, not like with the stem. This part and the top of the pumpkin are exactly the same pieces, and you're just creating each segment and then attaching them. Now on the bottom, when you're putting these, yeah, I did spray the top with glitter on this other one, but I didn't follow through on the whole pumpkin. So, you know, sometimes you just have to go for it, try different things. So, okay, can I just point out that on the bottom, we're making a hex. So these are not going to be straight against each other. This is going to be straight against each other, you see? And then what is created, here I'll show you there, is this hex. So let's continue on, and let's see, let's do another, how many giveaways do we have? 4 already? Let's do, I don't know, 2 more. Let's do 2 more. This is Jerry. I thought it said Jenny. Jerry, this is a file from SVG Cuts. And the woman's name is Mary. And Mary used to work with the guy from Dreaming Tree. But no, this is not a Dreaming Tree file. It is an SVG Cuts file. We do a lot of Dreaming Tree files, though, and we will continue to do a lot of Dreaming Tree files because I just love their files, too. Also, might want to tell you that if you guys are Lori Whitlock fans, she's having her monthly sale, but it ends tonight. So maybe when you get off tonight, you can go peruse her site. It's 30% off, and she has a promo code. I think it's SEP for September 2020, and you can get some great files for 30% off. And she does mostly paper things and a lot of cards. So if you want to do box cards or some of the more fun mechanical type cards, she has a lot of great stuff there. Admittedly, Dreaming Tree and SVG Cuts have the most intricate that I've seen. I mean, I'm sure that there might be other people that are putting together, but they have like whole castles that they do. And there's a Victorian home that I own it, but I still haven't done it yet, so I want to do that. So here what I'm doing again is I'm putting together these 8 sections. I'm doing them 2 at a time, okay, and then I'm going to take the 2 and 2 and put them together, and then we'll put the whole thing together to make the 8 sections of our pumpkin. Okay. Okay, so let's do 2 more giveaways. How about, we did birthdays last month. Maybe we can do, people, how about people that have September birthdays? If you have a September birthday and you're still here, Well, obviously, but if you have a September birthday, can you tell us what day it is? And we will pick 2 of the closest to today's date. How does that sound? So even if you have like an August birthday or an October birthday, the closest that comes to today's date, which is the 12th, and we will pick 2 winners. Hi, Teresa. I'm so glad you made it too. How are you, dear? How are things going? September 28th. All right. Who else has a September birthday or close to today's date? So even if it's past, like if it was this past week, we're going to pick the 2 closest to today's date. October, Aledra. We're going to get you next month, Aledra. Oh, hey, if you won something in August, you should have received it by now. So if it didn't come this week, will you let me know by email? And I can double check, because we had 20 winners last month, and I sent them all, or they sent them all out. I think it was last week. My friend Brittany Jacobson, who is fabulous over at Cricut, and she sent them out for me, and she assured me that they all went out, but you never know with these trying times. So if you didn't receive and you won in August, then let me know if you didn't receive it yet, so we can kind of keep an eye on it. Okay. Oop, we got a September 5th. Amy, will you help me out and keep an eye on the dates while I finish up putting together these sections? We're going to find the 2 closest to today's date, which is September 12th. And don't be shy. And even if you've won in the past, it's okay. You can win again. Whoop. All right. Seems when you get to the 4, it can be a little bit challenging. All right, what else do I need to tell you? Maybe a little bit about who I am if you're new. My name is Rita, and I live in Boston, north of Boston. I'm a native to Boston, and I have a son. He's 14. I got started with Cricut. Oh, I have corgis. You'll hear them barking. 2 of them, Teddy Bear and Benji. And let's see, I got started working with Cricut in 2012 after my uncle asked me to do decorations for a memorial service for my dad and 4 other aunts and uncles that passed away. We had kind of a memorial for all of them. And I got hooked on the Cricut with the Expression 2. It was the Expression 2. And I was very happy with the Expression 2. I had it for a very long time. And then in 2014, they came out with the Cricut Explore, the first one. And I really debated, because I was very happy with my Explore. And the CEO, and we had a couple Facebook groups, a couple friends of mine got together and we did these Facebook groups. And the CEO reached out to me in 2014 in December, having noticed our Facebook groups, and said, hey, have you got an Explore? And we'd really love what you're doing in the groups. And I said, well, I don't know. I kind of really love my, he said, you will love the Explore even more than you love the Expression. So I said, okay. Got myself an Explore loved it. He was right. And then he asked me to be what's called a product specialist. This is a non-paid job. It's like I'm not an employee of Cricut, but I am like kind of like a brand ambassador. And so they kind of just keep us informed, tell us about all the new products and the mystery boxes and stuff. And then there's a group of us. I think there's like, I don't know how many there are now, 10 or 9 of us, maybe. And we get together a couple times a year and learn all about the new products. It's a great little program. How'd you know I was on my phone? You spying on me. What's going on? Whoops. I'm a single mom. Yeah. I've actually, I raised my son who is on the autism spectrum. He's 14 now, and he'll be 15 in a couple weeks, actually. And he starts high school next week. He goes to a special school where he has to commute there every day. And so, except for during COVID, but he does starting in person. I have been a single mom since he was an infant. And it's been a challenging thing. Before Cricut, I used to have my own business that I used to do soap making and herbals, but I couldn't do it and take care of a kid that ended up getting diagnosed with autism, so I had to shelve that. And so getting back to being creative with the Cricut has been really just so good, so much fun. But yep, I'm a single mom, unmarried. Well, I was married, but haven't been married for a long time. And hence the date night, because I will tell you, not too long ago, I have a friend here locally, and I said, it's kind of tough being a single, parent on the North Shore, which is where I am. It's kind of tough because, unless you're dating somebody or you're married, it's like you're not coupled off. And I'm not a person that just goes out and does blah, blah, blah. So I remember talking with her, and she said, well, why don't you do your crafts on the weekend nights? And that's where the idea of date night came in. I'm having a little trouble with this last section. All right, we're going to pretend like I didn't have trouble with it. Okay, so I got my 2 sections. I have to move up just to it can be challenging to be a single mom. It's especially challenging, and I've had my days with when Owen, with whom we call Mo, when Owen was a toddler, right around when he was diagnosed, he was very behavioral. That's the words that they use. They say very behavioral. So there were times that I really was pulling my hair out. But we've got great supports here. And, if you are someone or know somebody that has a child on the spectrum or any kind of developmental disability or delay, definitely seek out the local, we have a Department of Developmental Services here in Massachusetts. They've been a huge help to me. And then we have something called the ARC, which I think that's a national program. And they help out too. He has had a number of great trainers, like people who help him with skills. and that's been great. So we've been very fortunate to have that support system. I've been very fortunate. And so has he. He's learned quite a bit. And he's very verbal now. He wasn't back when he was 3. He didn't communicate. But now he's gone to school every day since he was 3 years old. And he has grown into a very lovely young man. Very proud of him. But not without the help of our local chapters here of developmental services. Okay. All right. So here's our, well, actually, I didn't do this last part. Okay. I'm going to just kind of fake this part here just because I'll have to come back. I want to show you the whole thing before I lose you. Let me just get these ends here, and then I want to show you how to close it up. Now there are a couple of pieces that you're only going to cut one of, and there's 2 that are the bottom piece. One is for the inside and one is for the bottom outside, and they are shaped like this. And they're ever so slightly different, so don't worry if you mess up and put this bigger one. But here's the whole pumpkin, right? And let me turn it over and show you. This is what I mean. It gives a kind of like a hexagon shape to it, okay? And I'm going to have to come back and finish this part here, but okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to lay all of these tabs sort of facing in like this. We're going to take one of these 2. Now you see, this is what I mean. There's one is ever so slightly smaller. That's the one that's going on the inside. This is the one that's going on the outside. And we're going to put glue on these tabs. Boop. Okay. And then we're going to, this is one of those, it's going to just lay there and sort of catch. You have to give it a little bit of very little pressure, and sort of it might not catch on all of those tabs right away, but the bottom one that goes inside the pumpkin will shore it up. So right now we just want to kind of get it to catch a little tiny bit, and not all of those pieces are going to catch, but again, so we're going to turn it around. There's the inside. You can use your fingers to kind of push those tabs down. All right. And then, can you see in there how it is? And I don't want to pick it up too much. Okay, and then I'm going to take the second piece, the smaller piece, and I'm going to put glue on the entire thing because I want to catch, but I'm also going to do around the edges because I want to catch the, like, kind of make a sandwich between those tabs. And I'll make sure I got it. Nope, not quite. A little awkward, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Okay. All right. So, and you might have to like come back here and just sort of make it, put a little more glue on there. You fiddle with it a little bit, but it's important that you kind of get those, the hexagon, I think it's a hexagon. No, I think it's a hexagon. What's 8? Octagon. I keep saying octagon. So it's an octagon. So that we get that right. And then, boom, there's the top. And then the last piece is this. And yeah, I could definitely see this glittered with like maybe frost or something. And this here you can either just kind of lay it on top, but what I did was I tack it on right here at these leaves. So right here, maybe just a couple of dots of glue. Just kind of get it on there. And I like having this tendril sort of stick up here. I don't know if you can even see that part, but okay, there you go. Glitter paper would be good. Did you use glitter cardstock? Because I just did not have very much luck. It was too thick. This is actually, this blue is from Cricut, and so is the cream. But the pumpkin was a little bit thinner. It wasn't, if I can't find Cricut cardstock in a color that I like, I will go for something called Basil, Bazzil, which you can usually find at Michael's, and sometimes you can buy them also at Joann's. I don't know about Hobby Lobby because we don't have any of those around here, but you can also buy them on Create for Less, which I have a link, an affiliate link if you want to check. But if you want to buy it on Cricut.com, I have a link and a code, and you can save 10% and get free shipping on orders over $50. So there is our pumpkin. Whoops. Our pumpkin. I kind of fudged part of it, but isn't that really cute? And, you know, I'd love to see what you guys end up doing with this. Oh, so Manila, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. You need to, so the winners that we chose, okay? The winners that we chose, and we still have to choose a couple more, right? You have to email me, okay? My email address is MISS Rita to the rescue at Gmail. Okay. You got flustered. Don't get flustered. And so send me an email with your full name that you receive mail to and your full mailing address, including your zip code, and you can enclose a little note if you want to, and I will respond. And then we will, at the end of the month, when all of the winners are picked, I will put them in, and Cricut will send them out from their warehouse, whichever one is closest to you. Okay? And let's see, we still have to pick a couple. So let's do, what about birthdays? How'd we do on the birthdays? Emmy, what do you think? So yeah, it's called Art Glitter Glue, just so you know. This is it, Art Glitter Glue. I bought this at Etsy. It comes in different sizes. This is an 8-ounce size. It comes in a 2-ounce. It comes in a refill of 16 ounces. You can buy it on Etsy or Amazon, but I do also have a link that I'll put in the on the description of this video when we're done, okay? Let's see. So I want to just wrap up and make sure I get all of those birthdays. We need 2 for birthdays. Let's see. I'm going back, but I'm straining here. So, Emmy, could you help me out? I know we had one that was September. We had a September 5th, so that's Linda. You have a big birthday next month, Shelly, huh? Okay, so let's see. October 18th, October 31st, August 5th, September 20th. So Diane is September. So didn't we have 2 September? So Diane, you're not the only September, are you? Diane Woods. All right, you're gonna email me, Miss Rita to the rescue at Gmail, and let's pick one more. All right, if Linda Jean Berliner Wyant, who's September 5th, is closest to today's date, then she will be our second winner. All right. So does anybody see anybody else that's closer? Linda Jean. Okay. So Linda Jean and the other name, which is escaping me, but I told you my email address. So you two winners, send me an email, missrita@gmail.com. And again, need your full name and your address so I can ship out the prize to you. And the prize this month, if you're one of the winners today, the prize is a personal trimmer, which is this great tool that you can trim up anything, actually, vinyl, iron-on, paper, and if you have a Joy, it's especially useful because you can trim your larger pieces of paper to work with the Joy. And then also, as long as it's still in stock, the scoring stylus, which we use a lot to make cards, and if it's not in stock, we'll be substituting the extra large scraper. And if you did not win, but you are wanting to win, let's have you tune in, because we have 18 giveaways to do, and I don't know how many we've done so already, but we're already halfway through the month, so we have a couple more opportunities for you to win. All right, everyone, I'm sorry that I took so long, but this is a really big kind of over-the-top project. I hope you liked it. Even if you're not going to try it, I'm glad that you could come today and spend a little time with us. It's a great group of people, and I'm so glad that you could make it and enjoy a nice quiet evening of being creative with us. And if you can make it during the week at 9 o'clock, we do basically a new project every day, and most of the time they're with Cricut projects. So we'd love to have you, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you again on Monday. And Monday, remember, it's Mystery Material Monday, and we are doing craft board. We're doing birthday toppers, cake toppers, okay? And if you can't get me live, like Teresa, I know works, you can always go to YouTube and see all the videos are there, okay? Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy this fall. I'm so glad you found us too, Alexis. Thank you all. And hey, if you enjoyed it tonight, tell your friends. We could always accept new people. We'd love to have you. So definitely tell your friends and come on back whenever you can. And we'll see you again next time on Cricut Chat or Cricut Date Night. Bye, everyone. See you Monday.